Let's look at the front-end accessory drive system as a whole and its many important functions. First, the belt. A truck cannot run without a working serpentine belt. If the belt breaks or works itself off of its pulley system during operation, a vehicle will lose its ability to cool the engine, charge the battery, engage the power steering, or run the air conditioner. The next component is the pulley, and there are two basic types: the idler pulley and the tensioner pulley. Their role and design are similar. A tensioner pulley uses a spring-loaded arm or a hydraulic actuator to apply the proper pressure and help keep the belt tensioned and aligned. The idler pulley is bolted on the engine and serves as a guide to wrap the belt in the correct direction. Last is the tensioner, and its job is to essentially maintain the correct amount of tension on the belt at all times. It's also designed to protect other components and help prevent premature failure of the water pump and alternator by absorbing engine torque pulses. Most OEMs recommend inspections around 100,000 miles and service around 300,000 miles. If just the belt is replaced, the driver may end up with tensioner or pulley failure within a few weeks or months and have to replace the belt again due to premature failure of one of these components. That's why it's important that mechanics look at the belt, pulleys, and tensioner as a whole system, since all three components experience wear simultaneously. Replacing the two pulleys, tensioner, and belt together ensure the best performance and maximum uptime. Let's look at the evolution of these important components, starting with the tensioner. The first serpentine belts appeared around 1985 and used a screw-type tensioner. Screw-type tensioners were easier to use than previous designs. However, they resulted in over-tensioning of the belt, which in turn placed too much load on the bearings in driven accessories. Automatic or spring-loaded tensioners arrived in the early 90s with many advantages over mechanical tensioners. They maintain constant predetermined pressure on the belt, making sure the tension stays the same over the life of the belt. They take away the need to tension the belt either by feel or with a tension gauge. Many also incorporate a damping system within the tensioner. The damping system has a very important function. It smooths out pulsations in the drive belt. As engine speeds and engine loads change, the belt can fluctuate, speed up, or slow down. This results in a more efficient drive system. So, how do you know when the tensioner is the reason system replacement is needed? Here are 6 key signs. First, listen closely to the tensioner when the engine is running. Also, check the pulley for free rotation when the engine is off. If you hear noise or feel resistance to turning, this could be the indication of impeding bearing failure. Second, if the belt is tracking off center, at or off the edge of the pulley, or if the belt flips off the tensioner, this is a sign of bushing wear, resulting in tensioner misalignment. The third concern is tension loss, which is evidenced by belt squeal or an accessory that has stopped working completely. The fourth telltale sign is sticking or notchy movement. When removing or replacing the belt, check the tensioner torque by applying force to move the tensioner arm from stop to stop. The arm should move smoothly. Number 5 is metal-to-metal contact. If it exists anywhere between the arm and spring case, it is a sign of spring bushing or pivot bushing wear. The final sign is a broken or cracked tensioner stop. When removing or replacing the belt, check the tensioner stops, located on both the tensioner arm and spring case, to see if they're broken. Now, let's dive into pulleys and their role in the front-end drive system. There may be one or as many as 3 idler pulleys in an engine accessory drive. They can be made from metal or plastic and can be smooth or ribbed. Pulleys consist of a bearing and cylindrical pulley shell and spin freely when turned. The real key to idler pulley quality is in the sealed bearings they contain. OEs specify high-quality bearings as the pulley has an expected life of at least 100,000 miles. These bearings are tuned to work with the specific pulley shells they're paired with. Some pulleys will have dual bearings to carry a heavier load. Never replace a dual bearing pulley with a single bearing pulley, or attempt to replace only the bearing inside the pulley. Any faults with a pulley and the belt can't perform correctly. Here's 8 warning signs the pulley is the culprit: if it's free rocking, out of alignment, or if it's cracked or broken. It should also be changed if it's spinning freely, or the bearing has seized. Also, any discoloration, surface buildup, or excessive wear are the final signs. Now, let's review Dayco's tensioners and pulleys. Dayco is the only manufacturer to offer heavy-duty customers a tensioner that features flat spring technology. Unlike tensioners with coil springs, the patented flat spring design helps prevent fluctuations to the tensioner body, which means its footprint doesn't change when it's under tension. It reduces the risk of belt noise and also helps avoid separation of the housing, a key failure many technicians see from competitive products. Dayco's tensioner is engineered for higher torque and power pulses, especially under stressful driving conditions. It also features a cast aluminum body and arms for extra strength and durability. With pulleys, Dayco's reputation for top performance is a result of advanced technologies employed in materials research, design engineering, and manufacturing. In addition to our spun steel pulleys, Dayco's idler and tensioner pulleys come in different materials, from stamped and forged steel to plastic and powdered metal. Ultimately, each one is designed to resist wear based on the OE recommendations. We include premium pre-lubricated bearings and high-temperature seals to ensure peak performance, which is the most critical element of a pulley's service life. And as the pulley manufacturer of choice for many of today's heavy-duty vehicle makers, our OE technology is built right into our aftermarket pulleys. Pulleys, tensioners, and serpentine belts work together harmoniously. If just one component is not functioning properly, it impacts the entire system. So, always replace all three components at the same time. This will not only save time and money for your customers, but future headaches from comebacks and vehicle downtime. Dayco makes system replacement easy with its Poly V serpentine belt kit. It includes everything needed to do the job right and is engineered to perform in the most demanding environments, where safety and productivity are essential. Check out the Dayco app to find more specific product information. You can search a number of different ways, so it's easy to find what you're looking for.